What's up, YouTube? I'm G Infinite. Today, I'll be talking about the newest wave out, the Build-A-Figure wave to Demogoblin, and these are the amazing figures out right now. A lot of Spider-Man figures in this wave, so stay tuned for the Demogoblin BAF wave.
Alright guys, so the first figure I want to get into today is the Spider-Man Armor Mark III. There you see the cool helmet that they gave this Spider-Man. I'm really digging the helmet. This is an advanced tech suit for Spider-Man, so as you can tell, he did some upgrades on this suit. There you see kind of like that Tony Stark Iron Man armor. You can tell that the eyes are lit up in blue, so the armor is fully functional. And another thing that's really cool is this looks more like a motorcycle kind of helmet. There you see kind of like the ears on the side, but I like how they gave it like the black lining on top of the blue that extends all the way out. So if you can see that there, it's extending all the way to the top, almost the top of the helmet. And there you see a little bit better in more detail the Spider-Man helmet. Like the changes that they made to the spider on the suit, of course there you see that black and red, and then a little bit more of that padding on the side of the armor. And the boots, pretty cool. They gave it red and black, but you can tell there's more black on the sides and on the front. One thing that I noticed is the webbing. They gave him the webbing, and it's pretty different. The webbing actually fits on the top of the hand, so you can place it, but it looks like almost like the webbing is giving out. And there you see it. And of course you could place it better, I think, on the open hand than on the closed. He didn't come with interchangeable hands, so if you notice there on the actual hands, he has a bit of that red on the knuckles and a little bit of blue on the side of the armor. If you're looking here, you can see that blue on the side of the upper arm. And then of course the padding guards that you see there, there's blue and red, kind of like that traditional Spider-Man colors. And there you see a little bit more blue on the belt. This Spider-Man, really like it. It's something different. Of course, we all know that Spider-Man has dabbled with Tony Stark to create his suit or perfect his suit. So this is just a new look to the Spider-Man Gamerverse, because this figure is from the Spider-Man Gamerverse wave. If you notice here, that's the box it came in. And of course the first one that was dropped, let me see if I have it over here. This is the first Spider-Man that was dropped from the actual game of Gamerverse. And you look at this suit, it's incredible as well. Of course I have one out of the box. This is the one that I have still in the box. But definitely a very cool wave to get. The Gamerverse Spider-Man are just really unique and very different. So this is one of the newest Spider-Man to the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. And he comes with the Demogoblin leg that you're looking at there. That is the right leg to Demogoblin. And this is from the newest Build-A-Figure wave. This is the Spider-Man Mark III. And this is from the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. Another thing that I wanted to mention was the back of this Spider-Man that you're looking at here. This is a really cool look to the back. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it is a jetpack, kind of like a booster on the back. And you see a little bit more detail of that spider as well. And that's a better look to the Spider-Man Gamerverse Mark III. Alright guys, so the next Spider-Man I want to get into is the Velocity Suit Spider-Man that you're looking at there. This is a really new look to Spider-Man. A lot of details in this suit actually. It does have a couple similarities to the Spider-Man Gamerverse, the first Spider-Man Gamerverse from the actual game that you're looking at there. Just wanted to show you that. And then as you can tell, the suit does have a lot of similarities, but as you can see, the pattern that's going from the spider all the way down to the legs is like a blue lining with red. And that blue lining obviously is the activation of the suit. This is supposed to enhance the speed of Spider-Man. That's why they call it the velocity suit. And it is really different. There you see the helmet that he's wearing. And the eyes are like a black with blue lining. There you see a lot of that baby blue lining. And the spider is mainly baby blue. But the upper chest piece is red. And then the lower abdomen that you're looking at there is blue. And you see a lot of the red going all the way down into the thigh areas. And of course you can tell that this velocity suit is pretty unique. I like what they did with the hands. Of course, looking here, you can tell the gloves are very different. They're black, a solid black, but they're that two-tone black and red, because there you see a lot of the black lining and then the red. And there you see, of course, traditional Spider-Man colors, that red and blue. And then the baby blue lining as well. And on the bottom of the boots, there's more of that red and blue. I really like what they did with this Spider-Man. Of course, it's the same, pretty much the same thing as the last one I showed you guys. It came with one closed hand, one open hand. I wish they would have given him at least more interchangeable hands, but that wasn't the case. But this Spider-Man is pretty unique. And of course, I want to give you guys a good look at the back. So that's what that Spider-Man looks like. And it's a really, really well sculpted Spider-Man. Of course, these suits are all upgrades to Spider-Man suits. They're different types of suits. I just showed you guys the Mark III, and this is the Velocity suit from Spider-Man. He does come with the Demogoblin left leg that you're looking at there. And then another cool feature that he came with is actually a webbing that looks almost like the webbing you would put on one of the villains to know he got captured. It's an all like a full thread of webbing all the way around. And I have him here on the Carnage figure. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like, you know, he put in some work and he actually captured one of these guys. And I like the webbing. It's very different. So this is from the newest Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave, and this is the Velocity Spider-Man. Alright guys, so the next Spider-Man that I want to get into, this is Superior Octopus. This is not Peter Parker. I wanted to talk about the suit because, as you can tell, on the center of the chest piece, it looks like an octopus. There you see like the tentacles, and they're like a green color. You don't see the traditional spider. It does have a lot of the Spider-Man look to it though, as you can tell by the head sculpt. I like what they did with this. This is actually when Otto Octavius changed his ways and turned good. You can tell there that there's still the same mechanics to Doc Ock, because of course you see the tentacles in the back, which are a silver metallic. And this is probably by far one of the coolest features of this figure. And then of course back to the head sculpt, you can tell that the eyes there are lit up green, and it has a lot of that black lining. I like how they made it a solid gray and then added the black lining around the eyes and then extended it to the back of that helmet there, as you can see. So it's just a different look. Love the neon green, that they have that lining that's going all the way into the upper shoulder. And then of course the metallic cuffs that they gave him there. And on the wrist you see that metallic color there. And that neon green light that's lit up to activate that suit. And here you have a closed hand and a very cool open hand with the same mechanics. They did such a great job with this figure. If you ask me, I really like how it went into that solid black all the way down. And then of course on the boots, you see that gray lining. A very different style to this suit. Probably one of my favorite suits right now as far as all these Spider-Man suits. This definitely by far is a cool, superior Octopus suit. And I like the whole gadget. I mean, they did great because they used that neon green light in the center there. And of course, these are detachable. One thing that I didn't know is that you can actually detach these from the tentacle. So that is a nice touch. Also, want to get into the back part of this so you guys can see a little bit more detail. Like what they did, they gave him an attachable pack there. And then of course you can put those tentacles inside that pack that gets connected to the back portion. And of course you can arrange them however you want. I haven't really sorted them out yet per se, but I think it looks pretty cool the way it is. So this is the coolest superior Octopus, and this is Otto Octavius, not Peter Parker. And he comes also with the Demogoblin hands. There you see the right and left hand. Let me give you a better look to that. And this is from the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. Alright guys, so the next figure I want to talk about is the Vulture. Vulture being a supervillain, definitely to Spider-Man. And I wanted to get into this figure, just starting with the head sculpt. As you can tell, there you see a older look to the Vulture. And he's clenching his teeth, looking very, very evil. And then you see a little bit of that pink around the eyes to tell that the Vulture is not right or in the right state of mind. And then the gray eyebrows. And there you see the bald noggin of the Vulture with a couple of marks there, some dark spots. And the Vulture having a little bit more of that white on the collar, kind of flares out. And then if you notice in the suit, it is almost like a two-tone color. It goes from a light green into that dark green that you're looking at there. And he comes with two open hands, as you can see. I also like what they did with the Vulture's wingspan. It has that old school appeal to it, traditional Vulture like. The top part of the wing goes on the top of the upper arm there, and then the other portion of that wing gets put right in there, as you can tell. And the wingspan is really, really cool. I like what they did with the colors of the wingspan. If you're noticing, they have a lighter color on the outside of the wing and a darker color on the inside. And of course here you can see the other one. There you see like that neon color and then it's fading into that darker color on the inside. This Vulture is traditional Vulture like. What I mean by that is, of course, old school comic books Vulture that we're looking at there. He does come with an interchangeable head sculpt, and there you see the interchangeable head sculpt that we're looking at. I rather have him like this, however, because it just reminds me of the comic book version of the Vulture, and he does come with the head sculpt for the Demogoblin. As you can see there, a very vicious look to that head sculpt. And this is the Vulture from the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Demogoblin. Alright guys, so the next figure I want to get into is Shang-Chi. I mean, this is the martial artist and probably one of the strongest fighters in hand-to-hand combat in the whole Marvel universe. So getting into Shang-Chi, like what they did with the head sculpt, there you see that serious and focused look on Shang-Chi with the red headband and the hair there that's going down. As you can see, a very, very flexible and posable figure. Like what they did, of course, they gave him that black belt there. And of course, Shang-Chi, for those of you that don't know, is a master at Kung Fu. You can see there he has the red pants, and in the very bottom of the red pants, there's that yellow and orange. They made him extremely posable, that you can see by the feet, the way they pivot. And they gave him a ton of interchangeable hands. Looking at the interchangeable hands here, you got 2 right and left hands for each. Here you see him more like the martial art kind of halfway open closed hand there. Then here they gave him 2 solid fists, and those are the closed hands. 2 open hands, and another 2 semi-open hands that we're looking at there. And this is for the whole figure. I believe that this is so you can pose them however you guys want. And then not only that, but he has nunchucks. So if you're gonna go posing him with the nunchucks, you can use these hands because they look like they'll hold the nunchucks a lot better. And then they also gave him the 2 hands that he has there, which gives him that very cool martial arts look. They made him very, very thin, and I really, really like this figure a lot. Shang-Chi, for those of you that don't know, is the world's greatest martial artist. Some say that's the only superpower he has. He's just a force to be reckoned with in hand-to-hand combat that makes him like overpowered. So this is Shang-Chi, and one thing that he did come with is the torso of Demogoblin. There you see the torso with the cape that's flaring out over here. And of course, this is Shang-Chi from the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. Alright guys, just wanted to show you guys real quick another pose to Shang-Chi. There you see him with the interchangeable hand holding the nunchuck, and it looks like he's ready for hand-to-hand combat. So there's a lot of things that you guys can do with the interchangeable hands and the nunchucks. This is Shang-Chi. Alright guys, so the last figure I want to get into is the White Rabbit. This is the last figure for the set of the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure. There you see the White Rabbit. And she's kind of like, man, the kingpin, if anything. She's the queen of crime, and as you can tell, has almost like a penguin feel, but of course this is the White Rabbit. She's carrying that pink umbrella there with the steel handle, and there you can see that that's no ordinary umbrella by the flames on the end of the umbrella. And very, very cool and unique face sculpt that they gave it. If you can tell there, she has a really, really crazy kind of look to her. She has that rabbit face paint, and then of course the rabbit ears. The hair is almost like a brown color, and they gave her eyebrows with some whiskers on the side of the face of the head sculpt there. Another thing is the small pink bow tie. That's the small pink bow tie that you're looking at there. And then another thing is the blue trench coat that they gave her and the white gloves. Very, very different look. Of course, her outfit is mainly white, and I know you guys can't see, but she does have a chain, a gold chain with a clock. Those old school clocks there hanging. Try to give you a better look at that. And this is a different look, and definitely a very highly anticipated figure, because it's a new look and a new figure that a lot of us don't know about. White Rabbit, like I said, is the queen of organized crime. This is Dr. Lorena Dodson that you're looking at there. And another thing is that they gave her those furry white boots. And just a lot of detail to this figure. There's a better look at the jacket that they gave her. Just wanted to show you that, guys. And she comes with the Demogoblin glider that you're looking at. That's the Demogoblin glider. And one thing that I love about this glider, it came with a stand. So you could kind of adjust the glider however you want it. And I just want to show you that in the stand, the bar goes into that small socket there, so you can have it stationed. And it's a very, very cool stand for the Demogoblin glider. Now, I also wanted to show you guys a better look at that watch there with the gold chain. There you see the watch hanging off that gold chain. And this is a cool look to the White Rabbit. Anyway, so this is the episode on White Rabbit from the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. Alright guys, so the last figure I'm going to get into is the actual Build-A-Figure of Demogoblin. Here you see Demogoblin all assembled, and he looks amazing. There of course you have the glider with the stand, the flaming glider that they gave him. And I really like what they did with the flames on the actual glider, from when they went from that yellow all the way to the back into that orange. And then of course the headpiece of the glider is that orange color. And then of course there you see kind of like the claws on the glider, that transparent yellow color. And then starting from the legs, of course, you see the boots have that red on the very top of the boot, and then they go into that navy blue on the foot. And this is a very traditional look to the Demogoblin. Like what they did with the rips there around the belt. And then in the center they gave him the symbol of the Demogoblin. And then he has that belt going all the way across. Here you see the very evil look to the Demogoblin, who's mainly in the Spider-Man comics and a foe to Spider-Man. As you can see here, they gave the suit a very new look. I like what they did with the head sculpt. If you're looking at the head sculpt there, just made him look extremely evil, the tongue coming out, and there you see the very spiky teeth and the red eyes. And of course the hoodie has a lot of rips, the red and blue hoodie that you're looking at there. And there you see kind of like the claws of the Demogoblin. The gloves are a blue color, and you see kind of like the chains around those gloves and more of the rips on the end of the gloves with that red and blue. Same thing with the cape. The cape is red and it has a lot of tears in the bottom of the cape, and then it goes from the inside being red to the outer part being a blue color. And you see a little bit more detail of that hoodie there with the cape extending all the way to the bottom. Really like what they did with the Demogoblin. They gave him that cool look. The head sculpt, really amazing. They did a great job with the head sculpt. And of course, this is the newest Build-A-Figure, Demogoblin. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed my video on the newest wave of the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure. And there you see all the characters: Demogoblin, White Rabbit, Shang-Chi, Vulture, Superior Octopus, of course the Velocity Suit Spider-Man, and there you have the Mark III Spider-Man. So this is the newest wave out. And please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. I'm G Infinite. Peace out, YouTube.